As it was Valentine's Day a few days ago, we thought we'd spread some love with a theory about hearts. Who doesn't love a good love story of two people falling in love and sharing their hearts with one another? Such a beautiful thing. However, that's not the case with this theory. We're not talking about love hearts, but rather the real thing. Kaido and Momo's shocking secret, sharing the same dragon heart by legendary anime. Hi everyone, Flying Panda. Kaido just been confirmed that he is blue, which is strange because his human form is not. It piques our interest more than Momo, who is pink. Complete opposites. But can they both have another connection to one another? Both are already Eastern dragons, can there be more connections? We were looking at the panel of Kaido in his dragon form and couldn't help but notice something. The scar that resides on his lower right abdomen. While in dragon form it can be considered to be around his chest area. Where are we going with this? Well, if we're going to assume that Kaido's true form is that of a dragon rather than of a human, then the scar is in the right place where in the dragon form as opposed to where it is in human form. This means the scar is around where his heart would be. As with the dragon, the heart resides in the middle of the chest, unlike humans who are on the left hand side. So what does this mean? Has Kaido almost died before, or was this just a close encountered wound? Without details of how he came to gain that scar, it's hard to know for sure. However, we can speculate on the matter. And for this theory, we explore the realms of a dragon's heart. In our world, back in the old times, people were more likely to believe in myths and legends for truth or real. So, it comes with a little surprise that some people would believe that a dragon was real, which made them targets for merchants who are what we call con artists. Dragon's blood was said to be proof against harm for those who participate on it. The dragon's heart was said to cure illnesses and even to impart an almost eternal life. These myths and legends were stories told by merchants to get a good price for the fake stuff. They were produced such as the heart of an elephant or a hippo. There is a herb known as dragon's blood, which was used for charms and such, since obviously real dragon's heart or blood isn't available. Much like the famed unicorn horn, or other animals were substitutes for the genuine article. But this is the world of One Piece, and as we all know, dragons can exist within it. Kaido as an example. Something that's in the knowledge of what the old merchants did may have some connection to the story. As the statement suggests, real dragon's heart weren't available, so they substitute with other animals. But it's the fact that it's a fake that interests us. This relates to a certain devil fruit. Of course, we're referring to the artificial devil fruit Vegapunk created. Where did he come across dragon DNA to create this devil fruit? What part of a dragon did he use? In case you're wondering, we've spoken before that the smile devil fruit Caesar Clown created used not only the DNA of animals but also parts of the animals. This is made clear with the usual transformation of smile devil fruits. They form part of the said animal rather than transform into the animal into a zone type. From that information, we can suspect that Vegapunk used similar methods when creating his own devil fruit, the Dragon Nomi. As such, he would have to use a piece of a dragon to form the fruit, and of course that piece is none other than the heart. The question then becomes, how did Vegapunk happen to gain a dragon's heart? Well, that's simple. Kaido has been caught by the Marines many times and was trialed for execution. Of course, they couldn't kill him, but this isn't to say they couldn't wound him. Yes, the information we have informs us that stabbing or hanging has no effect on Kaido, and otherwise suggests he's immortal. But he does have scars, and the fact that alone debunks any idea that he can't be hurt or wounded. Of course, no Marines and maybe even Vice Admirals can't hurt him or kill him, but that doesn't mean someone with greater powers or strength couldn't. We could even go so far as to say Vegapunk has the skills or technology that can penetrate the hide of a dragon. But let's not forget one thing. Ruma, the legendary samurai, killed a dragon with his sword. This means with the right tools and strength they can be killed or wounded. Naturally, in Kaido's case it may be a bit different, but nevertheless he can be hurt. Now begs the question, how is he still alive if his heart was taken? Well, we never said his whole heart was taken. It goes to the film, the movie, Dragonheart. The dragon bestows half of his own heart onto a dying prince. After the prince was stabbed in the heart, the dragon heart gave the prince immortality. He could not be killed by anyone, and this led to him going mad with power. However, he learns that should the dragons be killed, notably stabbed in the upper half of the heart, then he, too, the prince, would also die with the dragon. The hero of the story, a former knight and current dragon slayer, befriends the dragon and is reluctant to kill his friend as he is the last of his kind. But in the end, the knight did what he must and slayed his own friend in order to stop the prince's reign of terror. Now let's assume this holds true for the idea of Kaido and half of his heart resides within the devil fruit Vegapunk created. That means Momonosuke is a prince from the story and has half of the dragon's heart within himself. However, let's flip the tables on how the curse of the dragon's heart works and reverse it. That would mean that Kaido is truly immortal. However, his only weakness would be the death of Momo himself. Could Luffy make the choice the knight had to make and kill someone who he might call a friend? Seems unlikely. We all know Luffy isn't that cruel, but if Momo is the countermeasure to Kaido, does this mean only he, Momo, can stop Kaido? Does Momo have to die? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that theory. A lot of speculation in it, but I hope you really enjoy it. Now, here's a bonus theory. It's a continuation of my old theory made by Ragnar.
The connections between Kaido, Oven, and Daifuku, Part 2. My name is Red Ragnar. For this part of the video, I want to elaborate upon Flying Panda's take on the connections between Kaido, Katakuri, Oven, and Daifuku, and whether or not the children hypothesis holds. Beyond the shared physical similarities of Kaido and Oven, beyond the shared location of a tattoo on the left forearm in terms of Kaido and Katakuri, there is far more to raise suspicion than what has been discussed up till now. Consider the abilities of Oven and Daifuku. Consider Kaido's heat breath blast that took out Oden Castle, and compare it to Oven's heat abilities. As for Daifuku, recognize his genie should be able or capable of granting wishes. If Kaido is a dragon based upon mythology, like Shenron from Dragon Ball, then he should, in theory, have the capacity to grant wishes as well. Now comes Katakuri. Set aside the shared spiky cuff style bracelets and acknowledge instead the significance of his tattoo. I still believe to this day, as my Locks Rocks Pirates video elaborates, that the tattoo is in some way connected to the Rocks Pirates, and in theory Kaido is as well, along with Katakuri's mother, Big Mom. The tattoo is, in my opinion, reference to the shape of hair, whether eyebrows, sideburns, or hair itself, in the shape of something jagged edged. But after speaking with Flying Panda, it is more than plausible that Katakuri's skull tattoo depicting jagged lines running down the sides of the skull eyes is actually a representation of horns. Yes, horns, and as such, a reference to Kaido himself, and further reason to assume connections between Katakuri, Oven, Daifuku, and Kaido. The presence of horns is significant. It would mean that there is direct parallel between the family of Big Mom and that of Kaido. The uncanny coincidences are just too much to overlook. Thank you for having me, Panda. I enjoyed working on this collaboration with you and appreciate the opportunity. I wonder what dots you have connected that I've missed. Like, share, and subscribe, of course. There is more lore to come. For now, I return to my stay in Valhalla